Hey guys, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How are you? I'm hanging in. Unbeknownst to me this morning, it's 7:30 in the morning and I went to sleep rather late last night. I live in a community and we have a pool and my backyard faces this pool. What do you think? Without notice, no one said nothing. No one made an email. No one put a letter in the mailbox. Zipata. All of a sudden you hear all these trucks and all this stuff. And I happen to know the people who are doing the construction. They're jackhammering at 8 o'clock in the morning, concrete. My goodness, the noise all day. And I was waiting and waiting to see what was going on. No, it's going to be a couple of days. So I decided I don't care if we hear the noise or not. I'm going to continue my readings because I got to get this done. The show must go on. The readings must go on. I want to thank everybody for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. I want to say there might be some shadow banning going on. So all those hitting the like buttons on any one of my videos is very helpful. So please, if you could do that, that'd be great. I'm slowly well, not slowly, I'm really working hard, taking notes on the books to like update all the videos that I have to take down. Those videos are still up. I'm doing them. When I replace one, I take one down. So I just wanted to update everybody on that. Again, I'm not trying to play with where the limits lie on each and every one of the people that publish books and tell you, well, you can cite and you can do this, but you can't do that and you can do this. Everybody has their own set of rules. I am, and I was aware of a lot of that, and I felt I was in the purview of keeping everything where it was. They weren't happy. So I do appreciate everybody helping me out. I need a lot of help. I've been screaming at the rooftops, please. I'm doing it on my own, praying, asking for the universe to help me out. Urantia, because I can't stop with my regular content. And today, it's paper 17, the 7 Supreme Spirit Groups. I'm excited. I hope you are as well. I don't know why the universe keeps snagging me on things. I don't know why I keep being put to my limits. I already was at my limit and now I'm like getting more and more and more nonsensical nonsense that just compiles on top of the nonsense. I can't. The 7 Supreme Spirit Groups are the universal coordinating directors of the 7 segmented administration of the grand universe. Although all are classed among the functional family of the infinite spirit, the following 3 groups are usually classified as children of the Paradise Trinity. 1, the 7 master spirits. 2, the 7 supreme executives. 3, the reflective spirits. The remaining 4 groups are brought into being by the creative acts of the infinite spirit or by his associates of creative status. 4, the reflective image aids. 5, the 7 spirits of the circuits. 6, the local universe creative spirits. 7, the adjunct mind spirits. Interesting. These 7 orders are known on your Versa as the 7 supreme spirit groups. Their functional domain extends from the personal presence of the 7 master spirits on the periphery of the eternal isle through the 7 paradise satellites of the spirit. The Havona circuits, the governments of the supreme universes, and the administration and supervision of the local universes, even to the lowly service of the adjuncts, bestow upon the realms of evolutionary mind on the worlds of time and space. The 7 master spirits are the coordinating directors of this far-flung administrative realm. In some matters pertaining to the administrative regulation of organized physical power, mind energy, and impersonal spirit ministry, they act personally and directly, and in others, they function through their multifarious associates. In all matters of an executive nature, rulings, regulations, adjustments, and administrative decisions, the master spirits act in the persons of the 7 supreme executives. In the central universe, the master spirits may function through the 7 spirits of the Havona circuits on the headquarters of the 7 super universes. They reveal themselves through the channel of the reflective spirits and act through the persons of the ancients of days, with whom they are in personal communication through the reflective image aids. The 7 master spirits do not directly and personally contact universe administration below the courts of the ancients of days. Your local universe is administered as a part of our super universe by the master spirit of Arvantian, but his function is in relation to the native beings of Nebadon is immediately discharged and personally directed by the creative mother spirit resident on Salvington, the headquarters of your local universe. 7 supreme executives. The executive headquarters of the master spirits occupy the 7 paradise satellites of the infinite spirit, which swing around the central isle between the shining spheres of the eternal sun and the innermost Havona circuit. These executive spheres are under the direction of the supreme executives, a group of 7 who were trinitized by the Father, Son, and Spirit in accordance with the specifications of 7 master spirits for beings of type that could function at their universal representatives. The master spirits maintain contact with the various divisions of the super universe governments through the supreme executives. It is they who are largely determined the basic constitutive trends of the 7 universes. They are uniformly and divinely perfect, but they also possess diversity of personality. They have no presiding head. Each time they meet together, they choose one of the number to preside over that joint council. Periodically, they journey to paradise to sit in the council with 7 master spirits. The 7 supreme executives function as the administrative coordinators of the grand universe. They might be termed the board of managing directors of the post-Havona creation. They are not concerned with the eternal affairs of paradise, and they direct their limited spheres of Havona activity through the 7 spirits of the circuits. Otherwise, there are few limits to the scope of their supervision. They engage in the direction of things physical, intellectual, and spiritual. They see all, hear all, feel all, even know all. They transpires in the 7 universes and in Havona. These supreme executives do not originate policies, nor do they modify universe procedures. They are concerned with the execution of the plans of divinity promulgated by the seven master spirits. Neither do they interfere with the rule of the Ancients of Days in the super universes, nor with the sovereignty of the Creator's sons in the local universes. They are the coordinating executives who function. It is to carry out the combined policies of the duly constituted rulers in the grand universe. Each of the executives and faculties of his sphere are devoted to the efficient administration of a single universe, super universe. Supreme Executive number 1, functioning on executive sphere number 1, is wholly occupied with the affairs of the super universe number 1, and so on to Supreme Executive number 7, working from the 7th paradise satellite of the spirit and devoting his energies to the management of the 7th super universe. The name of the 7th sphere is Urantia. For the paradise satellites of the spirit have the same names as their related super universes. In fact, the super universes were named after them. On the executive sphere of the 7th super universe, the staff engaged in keeping straight the affairs of Urantia runs into numbers beyond human comprehension and embraces practically every order of celestial intelligence. All super universe serves a personality dispatch, except inspired Trinity spirits and thought adjusters pass through one of these 7 executive worlds on their universe journeys to and from paradise, and here are maintained the central registries for all personalities created by the 3rd source and center who function in the super universes. The system of material, moral, and spiritual records on one of these executive worlds of spirit amazes even a being of my order. The immediate subordinates of the supreme executives consist for the greater part of the Trinitized sons of Paradise Hervona personalities and of the Trinitized offspring of the gloried mortal graduates from the age-long training of the ascended scheme of time and space. These Trinitized sons are designated for service with the supreme executives by the chief of the Supreme Council on the Paradise Corps of the finality. Each supreme executive has 2 advisory cabinets, the children of the infinite spirit on the headquarters of each super universe, chose representatives from their ranks to serve for 1 millennium in the primary advisory cabinet of their supreme executive. In all matters affecting the ascended mortals of time, there is a secondary cabinet consisting of mortals of paradise attainment and of the Trinitized sons of glorified mortals. This body is chosen by the perfecting and ascending beings who transiently dwell on the 7 super universe headquarters. All other chiefs of affairs are appointed by the supreme executives. Side note, why can't our governments run this way? Just saying. From time to time, great conclaves take place on these paradise satellites of the spirit. Trinitized Son assigned to these worlds, together with the ascenders who have obtained paradise, assemble with the spirit personalities of the 3rd source and center in the reunions of the struggles and triumphs of the ascending career. The supreme executive always preside over such fraternal gatherings. When in each paradise millennium, the 7 supreme executives vacate their seats of authority and go to paradise, where they hold their millennial conclave of universal greeting and well-wishing to the intelligent hosts of creation. This eventful occasion takes place in the immediate presence of Majeston, the chief of the reflective spirit groups, and they are thus able to communicate simultaneously with all their associates in the grand universe through the unique functioning of the universal reflectivity. Majeston, chief of reflectivity. The reflective spirits are of divine Trinity origin There are 50 of these unique and somewhat mysterious beings. 7 of these extraordinary personalities were created at a time, and each such creative episode was affected by a liaison of the Paradise Trinity and one of the 7 master spirits. This momentous transaction occurring in the dawn of time represents the initial effort of the Supreme Creator personalities, represented by the master spirits, to function as co-creators with the Paradise Trinity. This union of the creative power of the Supreme Creators with the creative potentials of the Trinity is the very source of the actuality of Supreme Being. Therefore, when the cycle of reflective creation has run its course, when each of the 7 master spirits had found perfect creative synchrony with the Paradise Trinity, when the 49th reflective spirit had personalized, then a new and far-reaching reaction occurred in the deity absolute, which imparted new personality prerogatives to the Supreme Being and culminated in the personalization of Magiston, the reflectivity of chief and paradise center of all the work of the 49 reflective spirits and their associates throughout the universe of universes. Magistron is a true person, the personal infallible center of the reflectivity phenomena in all 7 super universes of time and space. He maintains permanent paradise headquarters near the center of all things, at the rendezvous of the 7 master spirits. He is concerned solely with the coordination and maintenance of the reflectivity service in the far-flung creation. He is not otherwise involved in the administration of universe affairs. Magistron is not included in our catalog of paradise personalities because he is the only existing personality of divinity created by the Supreme Being in functional liaison with the deity absolute. He is a person, but he is exclusively and apparently automatically concerned with this one phase of universe economy. He does not now function in any personal capacity with relation to other non-reflective orders of universe personalities. The creation of Magiston signalized the first supreme creative act of the Supreme Being. This will to action was volation in the Supreme Being, but the stupendous reaction of the deity absolute was not foreknown. Not since the eternity appearance of Harvona had the universe witnessed such a tremendous fractalization of such a gigantic and far-flung alignment of power and coordination of functional spirit activities. The deity responds to the creative wills of the Supreme Being and his associates was vastly beyond their purposeful intent and greatly in excess of their conceptual forecasts. We stand in awe of the possibility of what the future ages, wherein the Supreme and the ultimate may attain new levels of divinity and ascend to new domains of personality functions, and may witness in the realms of the deitization of still other unexpected and undreamed of beings who will possess unimagined powers of enhanced universe coordination. There would seem to be no limit to the deity absolute's potential of response to such unification of relationships between experiential deity and the existential paradise trinity. I have to fix my eyes, guys. I'm very blurry. The reflective spirits. The 49 reflective spirits are of Trinity origin, but each of the 7 creative episodes attended upon their appearance was productive of a type of being in nature resembling the characteristics of co-ancestral master spirit. Thus, they variously reflect the natures and characters of the 7 possible combinations of the association of the divinity characteristics of the universal Father, the eternal Son, and the infinite Spirit. For this reason, it is necessary to have 7 of these reflective spirits on the headquarters of each super universe. One of each of the 7 types is required in order to achieve the perfect reflection of all phases of every possible manifestation of the 3 paradise deities, as such phenomena might occur in any part of the 7 super universes. One of each type was accordingly assigned to service in each of the super universes. These groups of 7 dissimilar reflective spirits maintain headquarters on the capitals of the super universes at the reflective focus of each realm, and this is not identical with the point of the spiritual polarity. The reflective spirits have names, but these designations are not revealed on the worlds of your space. They pertain to the nature and character of these beings and are not part of one of the 7 universal mysteries of the secret spheres of paradise. The attribute of reflectivity, the phenomena of the mind levels of the conjoint actor, the supreme being, and the master spirits, is transmissible to all beings concerned in the working of the vast scheme of the universal intelligence. And herein, in a great mystery, neither the master spirits nor the paradise deities singularly or collectively disclose these powers of coordinate universal reflectivity, just as they are manifested in these 49 liaison personalities of Majestan. And yet they are the creators of all these marvelously endowed beings. Divine heredity does not sometimes disclose in the creature certain attributes which are not discernible in the creator. The personnel of the reflectivity service, with the exception of Majestan and the reflective spirits, are all the creatures of the infinite spirit and his immediate associates and subordinates. The reflective spirits of each super universe are the creators of their reflective image, aids their personal voice to the courts of the ancients of days. The reflective spirits are not merely transmitting agents, they are retentive personalities as well. Their offspring, the Seconophem, are also retentive or record personalities. Everything of true spiritual value is registered in duplicate, and one impression is preserved in the personal equipment of some member of one of the numerous orders of Sigorific personalities. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Belonging to the vast staff of the reflective spirits. The formal records of the universes are passed up by and through the angelic recorders, but the true spiritual records are assembled by the reflectivity and are preserved in the minds of suitable and appropriate personalities belonging to the family of the infinite spirit. These are the live records in contrast with the formal and dead records of the universe, and they are perfectly preserved in the living minds of the recording personalities of infinite spirit. The Reflectivity Organization is also the news gathering and the decree disseminating mechanisms of all creation. It is in constant operation in contrast with the periodic functioning of the various broadcast services. Everything of import transpiring on a local universe headquarters is inherently reflected to the capital of its super universe. And conversely, everything of local universe significance is reflected outward to the local universe capitals from the headquarters of their super universe. The reflectivity service from the universes of time up to the super universes is apparently automatic or self-operating, but it is not. It is all very personal and intelligent. It is precision, results from the perfection of personality, cooperation, and therefore can hardly be attributed to the impersonal presence performances of the absolutes. While thought adjusters do not participate in the operation of the universal reflectivity system, we have every reason to believe that all father fragments are fully cognizant of these transactions and are able to avail themselves of their content. During the present universe age, the space range of the extra paradise reflectivity service seems to be limited by the periphery of the 7 super universes. Otherwise, the function of this service seems to be independent of time and space. It appears to be independent of all known sub-absolute universe circuits. On the headquarters of each super universe, the reflective organization acts as a segregated unit, but on certain special occasions under the direction of Magistron, all 7 may and do act in universal unison, as in the event of the Jubilee occasioned by the settling of an entire local universe in light and life, and at the times of the millennial greetings of the 7 supreme executives. The reflective image aids. The 49 reflective image aids were created by the reflective spirits, and they are just 7 aids on the headquarters of each super universe. The first creative act of the 7 reflective spirits of Uversa was the production of their 7 image aids, each reflective spirit creating his own aid. The image aids are, in certain attributes and characteristics, perfect reproductions of their reflective mother spirits. They are virtual duplications minus the attribute of reflectivity. They are true images and constantly function as the channel of communication between the reflective spirits and the super universe authorities. The image aids are not merely assistants, they are actually representations of their respective spirit ancestors. They are images and they are true to their name. The reflective spirits themselves are true personalities, but of such an order to be incomprehensible to material beings. Even on a super universe headquarters sphere, they require the assistance of their image aids in all personal intercourse with the Ancient of Days and their associates. In contacts between the image aids and the Ancients of Days, sometimes one aid functions acceptably, while on another occasion 2, 3, 4, or even all 7 are required for the full and proper presentation of the communication entrusted to their transmission. Likewise, the message of the image aids are variously received by 1, 2, or 3 Ancients of Days, as the content of the communication may require. The image aids serve forever by the sides of their ancestral spirits, and they have at their disposal an unbelievable host of helper Sekonephim. The image aids do not directly function in connection with the training worlds of ascending mortals. They are closely associated with the intelligence service of the universal scheme of mortal progression, but you will not personally come into contact with them when you are sojourn in the Uversa schools, because these seemingly personal beings are devoid of will. They do not exercise the power of choice. They are true images who wholly reflective of the personality and mind of the individual spirit ancestor. As a class, ascending mortals do not intimately contact with reflectivity. Always, some beings of the reflective nature will be interposed between you and the actual operation of the service. The 7 spirits of the circuits. The 7 spirits of Harvona circuits are the joint and personal representation of the infinite spirit and the 7 master spirits to the 7 circuits of the central universe. They are the servants of the master spirits whose collective offspring they are. The master spirits provide a distinct and diversified administrative individuality in the 7 super universes. Through these uniform spirits of Harvona circuits, they are enabled to provide a uniform, and coordinated spiritual supervision for the central universe. The 7 spirits of the circuits are each limited to the permutation of a single Harvona circuit. They are not directly concerned with the regimes of the Eternals of Days the rulers of the individual Harvona worlds, but they are the liaison with the 7 supreme executives, and they synchronize with the central universe, presence of the supreme being. Their work is wholly confined to Harvona. These spirits of the circuits make contact with those who sojourn in Harvona through their personal offspring, the tertiary supernephim. While the circuits spirits are coexistent with the 7 master spirits, their function in the creation of tertiary supernephim did not obtain major importance until the first pilgrims of the time arrived on the outer circuit of Harvona in the days of Grand Vada. As you advance from the circuit to circuit in Harvona, you will learn of the spirits of the circuits, but you will not be able to hold personal communion with them, even though you may personally enjoy and recognize the impersonal presence of their spiritual influence. The circuit spirits are related to the native inhabitants of Harvona, much as the thought adjusters are related to the mortal creatures inhabiting the worlds of the evolutionary universes. Like the thought adjusters, the circuit spirits are impersonal, and they consort with the perfect minds of Harvona beings, much as the impersonal spirits of the Universal Father indwell the finite minds of mortal men. But the spirits of the circuits never become a permanent part of Harvona personalities. The local universe creative spirits. Much that pertains to the nature and function of the local universe creative spirits properly belongs to the narrative of their association with the creator sons in the organization and management of the local creations. But there are many features of the pre-local universe experiences of these marvelous beings which may be narrated as a part of the discussion of 7 supreme spirit groups. We are the conversant with 6 phases of the career of a local universe mother spirit, and we speculate much concerning the probability of 7 stage of activity. These different stages of existence are the initial paradise differentiation, when a creative son is personalized by the joint action of the Universal Father and the Eternal Son. Simultaneously, there occurs in the person of the Infinite Spirit what is known as the supreme reaction of complement. We do not comprehend the nature of this reaction, but we understand that it designates an inherent modification of those personalized personalizable possibilities which are embraced within the creative potential of the conjoint creator. The birth of a coordinate creator son signalizes the birth within the person of the infinite spirit of the potential of the future local universe consort of the paradise son. We are not cognizant of this new pre-personal identification of entity, but we know that this fact finds place on the paradise records of the career of such a creator son. Preliminary creatorship training. During the long period of the preliminary training of Michael's son in the organization and administration of universes, his future consort undergoes further development of entity and becomes group conscious of destiny. We do not know, but we suspect, there we go, that such a group conscious entity becomes space cognizant, and beings that preliminary training requisite to the acquirement of spirit skill in her future work of collaboration with the complemental Michael in universal creation and administration. The stage of physical creation. At the time of the creatorship, charge is administered to the Michael Son by the Eternal Son, the Master Spirit, who directs the super universe to which this new creator son is destined, gives expression to the quote, prayer of identification, end quote. In the presence of the infinite spirit, and for the first time, the entity of the subsequent creative spirit appears as differentiated from the person and of infinite spirit. And proceeding directly to the person of the petitioning master spirit, this entity is immediately lost to our recognition, becoming apparently a part of the person of this master spirit. The newly identified creative spirit remains with the master spirit until the moment of the departure of the creator son for the adventure of space, whereupon the master spirit commits the new spirit consort to the keeping of the creator son, at the same time administering to the spirit consort the charge of eternal fidelity and unending loyalty. And then occurs one of the most profoundly touching episodes which ever take place on Paradise. The Universal Father speaks in acknowledgement of the eternal union of the Creator Son and the Creative Spirit, and in confirmation of the bestowal of certain joint powers of administration by the Master Spirit of super-universe jurisdiction. The Father, united Creator Son and Creative Spirit then go forth on their adventure of universe creation, and they work together in the form of association throughout the long and arduous period of the material organization of their universe. The life creation era. Upon the declaration of intention to create life by the Creator Son, there ensue on Paradise the personalization ceremonies participated in by the seven master spirits and personality experienced by the supervising master spirit. This is a Paradise deity contribution to the individuality of the spirit consort of the Creator Son, and becomes manifest to the universe in the phenomenon of the, quote, primary eruption, end quote, in the person of the infinite spirit. Simultaneously with the phenomenon of on Paradise, the heretofore impersonal spirit consort of the Creator Son becomes, to all practical intents and purposes, a bona fide person. Henceforth and evermore, the same local universe mother spirit will be regarded as a person and will maintain personal relations with all the personality hosts of the ensuing life creation. The post-bestowal ages. Another and great change occurs in the never-ending career of Creator Spirit. When the Creator Son returns to the universe headquarters after the completion of his seventh bestowal and subsequent to his acquirement of the full universe sovereignty, on that occasion before the assembled administrators of the universe, the triumphant Creator Son elevates the universe mother spirit to co-sovereignty, and acknowledges the spirit consort as his equal. The ages of light and life. Upon the establishment of the era of light and life, the local universe co-sovereign enters upon the sixth phase of a creative spirit career. But we may not portray the nature of this great experience. Such things pertain to the future stage of evolution in Abaddon. The unrevealed career. We know of these six phases of the career of a local universe mother spirit. It is inevitable that we should ask, is there a seventh career? We are mindful that when finaliters obtain what appears to be their final destiny of mortal ascension, they are of record as entering upon the career of six-stage spirits. We conjecture that there awaits the finaliters still another and unrevealed career in universe assignment. It is only to be expected that we would likewise regard the universe mother spirits as having ahead of them some undisclosed career which constitute their seventh phase of personal experience in universe service and loyal cooperation with the order of the Creator Michaels. The adjunct mind spirits. These adjunct spirits are the sevenfold mind bestowal of a local universe mother spirit. upon the living creatures of the conjoint creation of a creator, son, and such a creative spirit. This bestowal becomes possible at the time of the spirit's elevation to the status of personality prerogatives. The narration of the nature and functioning of the 7 adjunct mind spirits belongs to more appropriately to the story of your local universe of Nebadon. Functions of the Supreme Spirits. The 7 groups of Supreme Spirits constitute the nucleus of the functional family of the third source and center, both as the infinite spirit and as the conjoint actor. The domain of the Supreme Spirits extends from the presence of the Trinity on Paradise to the functioning of mind of the evolutionary mortal order, and coordinate the manifold functions of the personal thereof. Whether it is a reflective spirit group in liaison with the Ancients of Days, a creative spirit acting in concert with a Michael Sun, or the 7 master spirits encircuited around the Paradise Trinity, the activity of Supreme Spirits is encountered everywhere in the central, super, and local universes. They function alike with the Trinity personalities of the Order of Days, and with the Paradise personalities of the Order of Suns. Together with their infinite mother spirit, the Supreme Spirit groups are the immediate creators of the vast creature family of the third source and center. All orders of the ministering spirits spring from this association. Primary super-affim originate in the infinite spirit. Secondary beings of this order are created by the master spirits. Tertiary super-affim by the 7 spirits of the circuits. The reflective spirits collectively are the mother makers of a marvelous order of angelic hosts. The mighty secundafim of the super universe services. A creative spirit is the mother of the angelic orders of a local creation. Such Sephirotic ministers are original in each local universe, though they are fashioned after the patterns of the central universe. All these creators of ministering spirits are only indirectly assisted by the central lodgment of the infinite spirit, the original and external mother of all the angelic ministers. The 7 supreme spirit groups are the coordinators of the inhabited creation. The association of their directing heads, the 7 master spirits, appears to coordinate the far-flung activities of God, the sevenfold. Collectively, the master spirits never, I'm going to read that again. Collectively, the master spirits near equivalent to the divinity level of the Trinity and the Paradise deities. Individuality, they exhaust the primary associable possibilities of triune deity. As diversified representatives of the conjoint actor, they are the repositories of that spirit mind power sovereignty of the supreme being, which he does not yet personally exercise. Through the reflective spirits, they synchronize the super universe governments of the Ancients of Days with Magiston, the Paradise Center of the universal reflectivity. In their participation in the individualization of local universe divine ministers, the master spirits contribute to the last level of God, the sevenfold, the creator son creative spirit union of the local universes. Functionally, unity inherent in the conjoint actor is disclosed to the evolving universes in the 7 master spirits, his primary personalities, but in the perfected super universes of the future, this unity will undoubtedly be inseparable from the experimental sovereignty of the supreme. And there we have paper 17, 7 supreme spirit groups. Next time, I'll read paper 18, the Supreme Trinity personalities. I'm excited. Sending each and every one of you love and light. If you have it in your heart to help me out, I'm in desperation. I need help. And I appreciate everybody who has prior helped me out. It's appreciated with much gratitude. I'm trying to be a service to others. I'm trying to spread information and knowledge. I have some setbacks, but that's okay. And I'm always getting set back with all this noise, which is very quiet right now, which is nice. So I hoped all of you enjoyed that. I hope wherever you are in the world, you are having a positive, bright, loving day. And if not, imagine it, because I am, and it makes a world of difference. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.